evening, teachers, board members, faculty, staff, students, family, and friends, and of course, good evening, members of class of 2022. Congratulations on these new achievements in your life. I'm very honored to be here with you on this special occasion, and when I was told I had the privilege of coming here today to give you the commencement speech, I accepted immediately, no doubt. But when I took a closer look at the situation, I realized that it was not as an easy task as I thought it would be. And I was told that when giving a speech like this, I had to be able to capture attention, give it to the whole speech, and also make it travel through a roller coaster of emotions in which I had to make you laugh, cry, and even inspire you in a certain way. I thought to myself, what a big trouble I've gotten myself into. When I started working on the speech, I couldn't stop thinking about the story of this young girl who fought against all odds to achieve her dreams. And so today I want to start by telling you the story of this very poor girl who fought for her dreams with through effort, determination, and also desire to excel. She was coming from a very poor family who had many children. So by the age of 7, she was forced to move to her aunt's and uncle's house. At the beginning, she was excited because she was coming from a little town on the border to a city. She was moving from a house where they were full of shortages to a house where nothing was lacking and where she was welcomed with a beautiful doll. But that dream or fairy tale soon turned out to be a nightmare for her. She was forced to leave school at such a young age, and also she became like the real life Cinderella because she had to do all household chores all day. Her first cousin was born, then a few years later, her second, and a few years later, her third cousin was born. So by that time, her tasks multiplied, and now she had to take care of her uncles, of her cousins, sorry. Also, she had to cook for them, clean the house, do all of household chores for them. And she started to suffer a lot during those years because she was missing her parents, she was missing her siblings, but most importantly, she was very affected by the fact that she was not able to go to school like her cousins did. She was someone that always loved to learn new things. So her uncle decided to taught her how to read. He taught her with a newspaper, and from time to time he would buy her comic books, magazines, or even some books. So by the age of 11, she read the Arabian Nights and became fascinated with reading. During that time, she read as many books as she could in her spare time, were very few, but so did her childhood pass between reading books, being a seamstress, working as a housemaid. And with those books, she learned a lot of things. She learned about geography, she learned about culture, about economy, politics, and they were her escape from reality. Those books actually taught her one of the most important things. They taught her that there is a possibility of dreaming and that those dreams can come true. At the age of 25, she got married, and both her husband and her came from very humble families. She was working as a seamstress, and he was a street vendor. They decided to start their own family, and when the first daughter was born, they decided to expand their horizons. So they decided to start making sales grow. They were now selling records, discs, electronics, and the clothes that she was making. So by the time the third daughter was born, they decided to expand the business and create their own family business. So by the time that the fifth daughter was born, the business was already prosperous and they already owned their own store and were able to build their first house. The young couple worked hand in hand and to get their business off the ground. Neither of them had the privilege that all of you have of completing a higher education. She was only able to complete first or second grade, and he was only able to complete around sixth grade. They promise each other that all of their daughters will be able to complete a college degree and that none of them were gonna have to face the hardships of life that they faced in their childhood. So they kept their promise and they went from a girl who had to start working as a housemaid at the age of 7 and then as a seamstress and from a guy who had to start working at the very young age selling stuff at markets, being working in fairs, being a street vendor. Now they had managed to build their own family business. They now were able to travel abroad to different countries. They were able to give their daughters a luxurious life. And also, most importantly, they were able to give each of them a college degree. And you might think this crazy girl just coming here, making up a novel to make herself interesting and to capture our attention. But I can assure you that this is a real life story. And I can attest to that because I'm very proud to tell you that this is the story of my grandparents. What I want to achieve with this story is for you to see that with perseverance, hard work, and determination, even the most crazy dreams can come true. Imagine this couple who had no education were able to accomplish to get their business. Imagine what you guys can accomplish having this college degree from such a prestigious school. Now, if things don't come easy for you, fight and fight very hard for them. Don't let obstacles defeat you. I even believe that these life obstacles are something good for you to give life a little spice. Also, it's important that we fall, if we fall 100 times, to get up 101 times. And now you might think, how can we achieve them? Well, I have a little tips for you. First, you have to visualize what your goals are. After that, you have to create a plan where you have to create a series of steps which you will be following little by little to be able to reach that goal. Also, it's important to keep moving forward step by step. I believe that slow and steady is better than running and falling. And if we run and stumble in obstacles, just keep moving forward and do not let them defeat you. Also, I don't know if you've seen those horse racings where horses, if you have seen them, you'll see that horses wear these sorts of glasses that cover the peripheral vision, and so for them to only focus on the finish line. This is to prevent them from getting distracted with everything that's going on around them. Well, like those horses, you need to keep moving forward. Don't let negative comments, self doubt, or any negative people around you get you distracted from your goals. Also, I believe that self confidence is very important. A great example of these are bees because bees are a source of animal that their bodies are too big for their little wings, but they don't know this. They just believe they can fly, and so they do. Exactly like that, you have to believe in yourself. What I can tell you is that God will not give you the ability to dream something if He's not gonna give you the ability to accomplish that dream. So keep fighting. Always self confidence. And also, it's important to create a routine, and even on the days that you feel defeated, keep fighting and keep moving forward. I want to tell you that I'm very proud of every single person here today, and I know that you're going to be very successful men and women in your life. Always fight for your dreams, work hard, and do not let the hardships of life defeat you. Everything is possible in God's hand.